Training camp is right around the corner, and we're looking at the workout clips from some of these players as we approach training camp to see what they're doing behind the scenes. Today, we're looking at Jaydon Blue of the Dallas Cowboys. He's been posting clips, and we're watching him move around. We're going to watch these, keep talking ball. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now because I'm going to have the clips from training camp so we can watch your rookies. If you're a Cowboys fan here, you're going to see Jaden Blue and everybody else and George Pickens. On top of that, you're going to see your quarterback battles, your guys you're drafting in fantasy football. You want to know if that flyer is climbing the depth chart. It's going to be right here. Click that button. Stop missing out. See what your players are doing behind the scenes, and you can see for yourself. We're looking at Jaden Blue today. 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Like always, we're going to loop this and keep talking ball. Here we are. Here we are. Boom. Very twitched up running back. Let me know what you think about this. This is not my idea. This is not my thought, but I came across this. Wow, getting these clips. Some people are saying this could be the Bucky Irving of this class. Now, when I do the math for that, ambiguous depth chart where things could break open, where he gets the opportunity. Very explosive. Catches the ball out of the backfield. They're different running backs. They're different running backs. But the intent of that is, hey, the running back that casted aside a little bit and went nuclear. He's not getting casted aside, though. He's not getting cast aside. Everybody is watching Jaden Blue right now. I'll definitely say that. Everybody's paying attention to that because you look at this depth chart, you look at Miles Sanders, you look at Javonte Williams, and you're watching those two running backs like a hawk in training camp. Because very ambiguous veteran running backs in front of you. We're hearing that Miles Sanders is looking the best out of the veteran running backs. That's what we're hearing from the beats. But the thing is, Miles Sanders is a training camp warrior. And then the season starts and he's nowhere to be found. We saw that at Carolina last year. Gets banged up often. Jaden Blue's got speed. He's got speed. On top of what you saw at the combine. In high school, he ran to 100 in the 10s. One of the top prospects coming out of high school, 4-star recruit. We actually covered his highlights back then and did a prospect review. That's how long we've been doing prospect reviews. And I loved the tape back then. I've been doing content on Jaden Blue for like 4 years, 5 years now. I've been talking about Jaden Blue for like a long time. And I'm going to tell you this, I love the tape. I thought he was going to pop sooner. The one thing that has my biases going because I was expecting him to hit earlier in college. But you look at who he was playing with at Texas, that makes sense. But he falls in the draft. We're here with the Cowboys. This is a situation where we could step up and do some things. And it could be just as the 1B back, catching balls out of the backfield in the committee. But that could be a huge role for this team. Just having that speed out in the flat that could also take carries up the gut. Let's talk about Phil Mafa. Some people are thinking about him when I'm talking about him. That's another decorated prospect coming out of high school. And he was sharing the backfield with Will Shipley over at Clemson. That came out weird. Clemson. And last year was supposed to be his year to be the guy. Gets hit up with that shoulder injury. Had a labrum issue. Trying to get right from that, he falls in the draft. If he didn't have that issue, he might have been climbing the boards in this year's draft. He might have even got drafted higher than Jaden Blue. He was set to have a good season. He was climbing the boards. And then prior to that, sharing the backfield. That's the thing about that. Jaden Blue is sharing the backfield. Now, Blue's got some fumbleitis. Hopefully we get some penicillin for that. That'll be noted in the comments. But that can turn around too. But this is a receiving threat for the Dallas Cowboys. If you're talking about this for fantasy football, you're looking at him for redraft. This is a dart throw. This is a rookie dart throw. Rookie dart throws are usually your backup rookie running backs where you see that spice, where you see that upside, where you see an opportunity where it can materialize either early in the season, later in the season, but you hoard them with one of your last spots on your roster, one of your last picks. And at that point, ADP doesn't really matter. You get the guy you like. There's guys that are going undrafted or no ADP on Underdog Fantasy, which he's getting drafted, that has some spice to him. That's how deep this rookie running back class is. And we got some hot prospects from last year, a couple of them that you can get in double-digit rounds. I suggest you load up and you turn and burn rookie and young running backs all season long. If you got one spot, just load it up with a young running back, a year 2 or a rookie. And year 2 is like 3 of them, where the rookie running backs is like 20. That's the thing about this year's class. So the odds of getting it right, it's up in the air because somebody's got to get hurt for some of these running backs. The situation's got to turn its way. But you're looking at a guy like this, Jaydon Blue. Like, the depth chart's so ambiguous, where all it takes is one of those veterans to go down, which recently they've had injuries, so that could come back. Not calling that out or anything, but it is the running back position. And that's what's noted. That's why these guys have to fight for contracts harder. And you're looking at a young running back here that has one tool in his golf bag that can really get you to the green, and that's that speed and that ability to catch the ball out of the backfield. Remember, this was one of the best prospects coming out of his high school recruiting class for a reason. He went to Texas. He was logjammed there too. If he probably went to a different school, maybe you would have got more out of him too. Maybe you would have known about him earlier. Like, we were watching him and we were just waiting for him to fire. That's the thing about him though. Like, I've been waiting for him to fire for years, it feels like. I watched him last year. Like, I watched that and I did the video on that. I paid attention through his career and I was just always hoping for that more to hit. So that could be something that springs up throughout his career. Maybe you're waiting for that more to hit. But I'm going to definitely tell you there that he's got traits where if that more hits, he could go nuclear for this team. He could be a big pickup. And let's say both young running backs hit, because both of them have things in their prospect profile that are very juicy and they can play off each other. You got Phil Mafa taking the tough carries up the gut, short yardage, goal line, just hitting touch after touch after touch. I'm just talking about this class, not competing with everybody else on the roster. I'm just daydreaming here. And then you got Jaden Blue as the fastball, change of pace, whatever. That's the change of pace with his speed compared to Phil Mafa, but they're different players. They're totally different. Now he gets the ball in the flat. Boom, space, big time gain. Next thing you know, you bring in Mafa, get a little gas from that, you hit him in the mouth. You bring back Jaden Blue, maybe the next year, start things off. Let him get a carry up the gut. Let him get something in the flats. Bring back Mafa. You get a couple carries. Bring back in Blue. Allow him to get something to the outside. See if you can get that speed to go. Move him around in the slot. Use that speed. Like, say if these two running backs evolve and climb the depth chart, which could possibly happen. Like, there's a huge possibility of that. Jaden Blue for Dynasty. Don't overspend on him. I know the hype's real. And I know I talk him up and talk about the good things about him. I also said the bad things. But you also got to listen to me when I say both sides. Do not spend a first-round rookie pick on him. Do not do it. I've seen it. Like, I see what you guys are doing behind the scenes. Like, I'm watching the drafts as people are posting him. He's been drafting the first-round rookie drafts a few times. Day 3 picks should never go in the first round of a rookie draft. No matter how good you feel about it. Day 3 picks, second round, even the results could be different. Like, that is process. You're going to whiff more times than not. You can point out this player, that player. You can point that out. Your results are going to be about a 5 to 10% hit rate, if that, with that pick versus players that should be going that range draft capital wise. That should be around a 10 to 15 to 20% hit rate. That's what you're doing to yourself. You may love the player, but you can also catch him at value. Jaden Blue, though, second round pick is where he's going at range. The hype's there, though, to the point where if he sees the field and he starts seeing a considerable amount of workload, the value on him in Dynasty is going to skyrocket. It's going to skyrocket. Everybody's paying attention to Jaden Blue. Everybody is. So I understand ponying him up a little bit in your drafts, but I'm just telling you, like don't take him over Caleb Johnson. Like, just don't do that yet. Like, you can probably get them both. Or you can probably trade back, get 2 picks, and get him and another player. Like, just don't do that. Like, what I saw was like 112, 111, 110 range. Like, people shooting their shot. Like, if you like a player, you don't have that second round pick, trade back a few spots. trade back a few spots. I like the situation. I like the player. I think you got some upside. But don't overdo it in your drafts. What we're seeing here with the feet, he's moving laterally well. And then you see the explosiveness and burst. Now, this one could be older, but it was also at the top of his Twitter. So, I don't know. It's the top of his Twitter. Like, he recently posted this. And I just found his Twitter account because it's like a picture of him, it looks like. And then it says the blueprint with different fonts. And I thought it was a fan at first. And I was like, man, he's got a lot of Jaden Blue stuff. And then I look, it was Jaden Blue. I should have put 2 and 2 together. That's the funny thing about that. But, very good prospect. Lots of upside. I like Jaden Blue. I think he's going to give the Cowboys a good change of pace. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure to hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.